Waiting for the embargo to lift was so worth it, alright? Long story short, guys, a bunch of people were selected by Square Enix to play Kingdom Hearts 3 early at this event in Santa Monica called KH3 Premiere. A lot of people are using the hashtag KH3 Premiere. Now, these people were able to play 2 demos, one from the World Olympus and the second one being Toy Story. Now, before I dive deeper into this, I want to get one pretty huge thing out of the way. Tetsuya Nomura did attend the event, and according to Eurogamer, here's what Nomura explained regarding the release date. There was no firm release date announced at the Kingdom Hearts 3 premiere event, but Nomura's official statement was that an announcement should be coming early next month, so probably just before E3. Nomura continued, Kingdom Hearts 3 is a title with many people working on it, so we are making final adjustments, but we are pretty firm on a certain date, so we hope to reveal it next month. And as far as we can tell, they're sticking with the 2018 window, so if we were to guess, we'd say a November release date is looking fairly likely at this point. Now, looking at Square Enix's financial results, KH3 is still planned for 2018, I am not surprised. So guys, we got 2 things happening next month. The Orchestra, again, and E3. Perhaps we could get the release date at the Orchestra. So there you go, folks. You guys probably heard of someone leaking pictures from the event before the embargo actually got lifted. Well, out of respect for Square Enix, I decided not to talk about those leaks before the embargo. I mean, couldn't that person wait one more day? How long have we been waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3? 1 day is nothing. Vivi, what the heck are you talking about? You've covered leaks before, but guys, come on, it's a complete different scenario. We're talking about a fan event. And apparently that person snuck in, but anyways guys, that's beyond the point right now. So yeah, what was I saying? Yes, we got a bunch of info right now, left and right. There's a bunch of things to cover. You can find a bunch of different gameplays on YouTube by different people who played the game. So I decided to pick one and go over that one, alright? So let's start with Olympus. This is the first playable demo at the event. First thing I noticed is 60 frames per second. Now looking at the picture which got leaked, they were playing from a developer PC using an Xbox controller, because if you look at the screens, you do notice PlayStation controls, buttons. So this could have simply been running 60 FPS on that PC, or the video they uploaded is simply in 60 frames per second. That doesn't mean that Kingdom Hearts 3 is actually going to run at 60. Get it? Now Sora and his Kingdom Hearts 2 close. If you've played 0.2, spoilers by the way, Olympus is going to be the first world which Sora will have to visit. It was hinted at heavily. Makes sense. Looking at his running animation, like I've said multiple times in the past, it's very reminiscent of Gym Drop Distance. Osaka is of course involved, and some people from the Tokyo team are also working on Kingdom Hearts 3. Fun fact. Now the Rock Titan, we've seen him before, but this time in daytime? There's an explanation for that. We got a little intro scene for this boss battle. Now auto running. It's a similar pop-up to 0.2, the theme and all. We don't need to press anything to actually walk up the walls. Just use the left analog stick, it's automatic. Sora can wall climb on, what I've noticed is only flat surfaces. And you get this small light beam, which is a prompt, pretty much. And you see this in other worlds as well. Now the whole area at the bottom, it got buried by rocks, and looking at the Keyblade, it does look a bit darker than before. The lighting and its metallic shine do play a role in this. When the Keyblade shines, it looks brighter. You get it. Now, as for daytime, nighttime look, the sky is getting darker. So we're approaching the area we saw before in the old trailer. This, by the way, Sora's epic jumping from rock to rock. It is awesome. Looking at this, I understand why they chose this battle to showcase at the event. Very cinematic touch to it. As for the music in this scene, if you pay close attention, you hear the deep end, which is completely remade and sounds more heroic. Also, as for the dubbing, yes, to me it sounds like this is the official English voice acting. Or maybe it's just the one from Gym Drop Distance, but to me some parts did sound different. As for the crates, barrels and stuff, if you destroy them, you can destroy them by the way, you get MP orbs and HP. And this one was posted by GameSpot. Aeroga, 20 seconds. Flare Force, or Duck Flare, whatever you call it, 20 seconds as well. And we have Second Form, which is 30 seconds, until you can activate it, which we saw in the orchestral trailer. As for Second Form, comparing it to other Keyblade transformations, this one will not have one. It's the only exception. Here we see Sly Sly. Here we see Sora air slide, we have enemies from before, and finally we see the experience points. This was like not shown forever. Flare Force. This gets activated depending on combos you use, or even magic. Now Flare Force does not consume MP if you want to compare it to limits from Kingdom Hearts 2. So this is just a demo, maybe they might include it. I mean, it's magic we're talking about. What do you think? Oh, and talking about level points, we finally get to see level up. Similar to Kingdom Hearts 2 and 0.2, and what I mean by this is, when upgrading, there will not be HP upgrade. You're gonna have to upgrade your HP by defeating bosses. That's one thing I loved about Kingdom Hearts 1, leveling up your HP without the need of defeating bosses. You do so through normal leveling. We have some Shadow Heartless right there. Getting up on the Titan, do we need a second form? No, it was just triggered and can still be active while making your way up there. Now using second form, it triggers Flare Force faster, and you got some of Sly Cooper lights going on right there when you make up your way to his head. Second form comes with, remember, Kingdom Hearts 1 abilities, Stun Impact, Sonic Blade. If the 3 arrows show up, you move on to a stronger command, being Sonic Blade. Now looking at these tips prompts showing up on screen, are they demo related? Perhaps not, because this will be the first world Sora will have to visit. The Big Magic Mountain, if you attack Titan enough. By the way, remember the Big Magic Mountain from 2015? Yeah, it's been a long time. In the old footage, it seemed that Sora was attacking with the Keyblade. Now you shoot using the train, and Sora's finally taking damage, like you actually see it. When you're in the train, you can't use the situation commands which come with second form. They're inactive, they're grayed out. Pressing R2 you shoot Chimney Flare, and you can aim. L1 to revert back to normal. Now that blue gauge, the time, it's the time you had before, using finish. If you pay closer attention, his fists, you have a couple of seconds to stun him, and this is indicated by a depleting icon. In the old footage from 2015, you would ram into his fist instead of shooting, and when Goofy says look out, you jump right over him. Now, there's no button prompt for this, so I'm guessing this is purely cinematic. Anywho, looking at the trains, this time it's more sparkly. And pressing finish does a good decent amount of damage, which actually finishes him off. And the effects when defeating an enemy is similar to 0.2's. Next, we move on to the second demo, which is called Toy Box, which is the name of Toy Story, and by the way, here's an animation when entering the world. We start at Indy's room from, something we've seen before, July 2017, and it still looks like 60 FPS, but like I said before, it doesn't mean the game is actually running at 60 FPS, this is just footage. Now the command menu has an arrow. A lot of people have been talking about a second command menu, but actually, that is not the case. Keyblade switching is now a thing. No second menu confirmed, and from what I've been hearing, you can switch between 3 Keyblades at a time. I mean, that makes more sense, right? Switching from, let's say, a list of 20 Keyblades, I think that would be troublesome. And talking about Keyblade switching, the one from Kingdom of Corona, aka Tangled, is called Ever After. The one from Toy Story is called Infinity Badge. And then we have Smile Gear for the one from Monsters Inc. Now, as I said in the past, Sora's finisher right here is very reminiscent to Terra's, right? Is it just me? These Heartless are worth, same as before, 4 points. So, looking at 4 points only, does this mean Toy Story will be explored early on in the game? Yes, it is highly likely. Toy Story and Monsters Inc. are part of the first round of worlds, completed along with Olympus. This was back in February 2018 by Famitsu. Now 2 things here, Sora's finishing plus, I mean that's what it looks like to me, and this new green icon with the crown. It triggers a situation command just like that when you hit the Heartless, and we get Mad Teacups, which is 40 seconds. 40 seconds to activate. And we did see Mad Teacups in February 2018. This ball right here, it's completely birthed by sleep, right? Remember Ventus on a ball of yarn? Now, it doesn't cause any damage, the Heartless just moves away if you pay attention. Looking at the surroundings quick, we have a Mickey watch right there, which people have pointed out in the past. We have a Woody drawing like the movie. We have the Call 911 poster just like the movie as well. And if you look right there in the corner, there's a chest right next to the beanbag, and there's another one underneath the bed. Hyper Hammer activated. We saw this back in July 2017. The Shadow Heartless are worth 2 points. The Red Nocturnes are worth 4 as well. If you attack for long enough, it gets bigger, and one big hit is enough to kill, from what I'm seeing, 3 shadows and 1 big heartless, which the name currently remains unknown. It seems each situation command will come with 2 forms, like I've said in the past. Drill Punch, when being in Hyper Hammer mode, you have 30 seconds to activate it. The Finish command is used here, you grab a heartless and you just smack him around. And again, that green icon, we briefly see it on the heartless which is on the bed. Can someone tell me please, why did this person skip the treasure chest? You do not do that. Next we see Buzz Lightyear's Deep Space Code poster, right before the exit through the window. You notice the light beams from before? There you go. Any flat surface, from what I'm looking at right now, will allow you to run up the wall, which is pretty cool. Here we have switched keyblades. Monsters Inc. before Toy Story, anyone? Or is this just demo purposes? I'm gonna go with the former. If you jump high enough, you have Diving Strike, which removes 1/4 health of large body. That green icon is still there, and this time it activates Pirate Ship. Well, not activated, it triggers the command. Those 2 sparkle beams in the back, you notice? Briefly, I think those are from the Heartless shooting. The ship we saw a long time ago. So it seems like we don't need a body of water. And we have large body sliding. How I missed that one, right? Dodge roll. The trampoline, right there. I'm guessing it's to be used to get back in Andy's room, but can't we just wall climb on the side? I guess maybe that's for dive striking, right? Agile Claw activated, and it's attached to that keyblade. You can walk in the streets, yes. I don't know how far you can go though. Maybe there will be invisible walls. And we actually see Sora getting hit like that. We don't see the player using any aerial recovery. Maybe it's not equipped, who knows. You can hear Buzz talking, and to me it doesn't sound like the original voice actor. So if that's the case, does the same thing apply to Woody? Tom Hanks not voicing him. His brother instead, maybe?
Okay, the first thing we've got to do is head down the street.
Galaxy Toys is on the other side of town.
He tells us how to head to Galaxy Toys, which is the main area, according to Nomura. Now hitting the Heartless, the green icon again triggers Pirate Ship. You have to first press Finish, twin yo-yos to activate other commands. And notice in the back that large body glowing red. That pretty much tells us that he's about to run up to you. Rocket Ruckus is a situation command. We did see this before, but it wasn't made too clear. Now we see how it's actually activated. Now those involved in the party, when activating, let's say Rocket Ruckus, their HUD glows. Same thing goes for Flare Force with Donald. Talking about Donald, he throws the large body, which I think will be very useful. I think the only effective thing right now looking at this is the Finish move, because all I'm seeing right now is just moving around, not causing a lot of damage. Now back to Galaxy Toys. We defeat the Giga to access them. In the back, you can hear Shrouding Dark Cloud, a remix, and these mecha toys have different functions. When entering these mech, party members are indicated with a green heart, enemies are red arrows. Punching them deals a good amount of damage. Now some of them have a lot more HP. Yes, each mech toy has a unique power. Call it special attack if you want. Looking at the purple one, it has cannons instead of the red one which had tackle. Next, the player has switched to the Ever After Keyblade. It's safe to say that Tangled, Monsters Inc. all come before Toy Story. Just looking at the keyblades, right? The shortcut menu. The player here looking at the command menu, they're using a potion. And notice the arrows on the right, telling you that you can equip more than what you see. Similar to 0.2. Cool little detail here, when the keyblade disappears, you actually hear its sound effect.
Heal!
Looking at the surroundings, this looks to be the second floor. Now the Mirage Staff, its situation command is activated. This is a form, I guess, which falls in the category of magic. Remember, Nomura had said something about defense, strength, and magic being a huge focus in Kingdom Hearts 3. This falling in magic, like I said. This same outfit, by the way, goes with the double arrow guns from the previous trailers. Remember that? So that's why I'm categorizing everything. Magic, strength, defense. Because the same outfit can be used. And looking at it, it really reminds us of Wisdom form, doesn't it? With Quick Run. And looking at the Quick Run, which is more like teleporting this time, it creates light holograms and shoots at the mech. From looking at this, I have absolutely no idea if there's a limit towards the number of holograms we can use. But looking at how the player is playing, I'm guessing 4 is the max? And once, let's say you add more than 4, it's gonna reset to 0. I mean, that's what I think. Now the room on the left, I assume we can enter afterwards, right? And there's an inactive mech suit right there, if I'm not mistaken. It does does look like it. Now here I think we are on the other floor. The bouncy pets can turn into Heartless, and the one Woody defeats is worth 4 points. The shooting ride Situation Command, hand in hand plays when activating it, and of course it's a new version of the song. Sounds pretty sweet. Oh, and by the way, you can now skip the small cutscene, which will be very useful. Comparing this one to the old trailer, it does look darker this time and with more sparkles. And the large body glowing red, like I said before, that tells you it's about to run up to you. And that guy is worth 8 points. Just looking at the, by the way, what I mean by points is XP points, not to mistaken with the hit points you see on screen, which I think will be part of journal accomplishments and trophy related stuff. Can't wait. Just looking at the room, we noticed a bunch of dolls, dollhouses and all that kind of stuff. So, to me it looks like a room instead of like a whole floor. Next, that Heartless right there. I've never seen it before, so I'm gonna go on ahead and say that's a new Heartless we've never seen before. It looks like more of a voodoo teddy bear kind of looking thing. And by the way, guys, don't forget there's a bunch of other gameplays out there. In other footages, some people are using flow motion. If you encounter that and tell me, hey, this looks different, I told you there's a bunch of gameplays. A lot of people played these demos. Think about that. Now this looks to be the outside of the previous room. Notice the dolls in the window. Am I mistaken? And yes, the whole thing with Link and Summon, the whole confusion. Summons are now called Link. Linking these characters. Okay, sure, why not? I'll use the word summon. Summoning these characters. You don't see their names, you just see like their attack names. And guess what? Ralph from Wreck-It Ralph is now a summon, yes. The animation when summoning Ralph looks like D-Link a bit from Birth by Sleep, right? And aha, we are currently on the 3rd floor. You can skip summon cutscenes. Yes! Now, if we connect the dots, remember when Nomura said Kingdom Hearts Union Cross will get a new world which we've never seen before, and that this world would not appear in Kingdom Hearts 3, only a certain character? The world in Union Cross could be Wreck-It Ralph. What do you think? By the way, interviews between Tai Yasue, who was also present at the event, and Nomura explained that he wanted not Wreck-It Ralph, but Ralph, to be shown next month. But I guess they said, what the heck, let's just include him in the demo. Looking at his attack patterns, this is so cool. You build blocks, and when you press finish, you smash them all. That's what it looks like to me. As for the gumball machine, you can enter it. Now this is from a different gameplay. There's a bunch. And again, there's that light beam right there, prompting you to walk up the ledge. Once you reach the top of the gumball machine, a spring launches you on top. You get numbers 2 and 3, aka floor 2 and 3. As for the green one, it takes you up to the roof, and rail sliding up to the top is pretty sweet. Next, IGN also posted 10 minutes of gameplay of Kingdom Hearts 3's demo. In this one we see more of Ariel. Sora's diving, and by creating those blue spots on the floor, well, creating those, you create a fountain, which is part of the finishing move. And looking at this, again, Ariel, you're summoning her when you're surrounded by a wood floor. Because my theory at first was, you know, something FF15 similar to that game, where a summon only functions depending of the area you're in, but that doesn't seem to be the case. There's also a boss battle which to me looks like a dragon mixed with a dinosaur toy looking figure. Now when beating this boss you don't get a bonus. Looking at the area, I'm thinking you're gonna have to go back down and face this guy on the 1st floor. Another cool piece of information by Kingdom Hearts Insider, what they shared, is the following. Rex is certain that Sora is actually a character named Yozora from a video game he plays. I've leveled you up to 47, but I still can't beat Bahamut, Rex says. Looking at the replies, Jessie Ann said this, well, Yozora is written in kanji as, which literally means night sky. Guess which other FF character's name has the same meaning? Noctis. So this could very likely be a reference to FF15. Next, thanks to KHInsider, we learn more about the plot of Toy Box. Let's go. We have now learnt that young Xehanort has invading Toy Box and reveals that he has split the world in two to better understand how hearts work. Upon arriving at Galaxy Toys, young Xehanort somehow turns toys to life, and of course they are evil toys. Ham is eventually kidnapped by a possessed doll, and there's a quest line to defeat the doll to rescue Ham. It seems that rescuing Andy and the other toys from the alternate world will prove to be a more difficult task than first expected. So apparently Andy has been kidnapped as well. I had a feeling. Also about this possessed doll. Well, this is part of the leaks that happened yesterday. This one right here. Not a lot of people, a few people thought, hey, maybe this is Aqua, but I don't think her hair grew like that. She's been stuck in the realm of darkness, comparing the timelines, for a decade, so it doesn't make sense for her hair to suddenly grow like that. And I don't think you can customize hair in Kingdom Hearts 3. So no, that to me, it does look like a possessed doll. And no, it doesn't seem like she's wearing an organization cloak. Before I finish the video, just 2 more things. The theme of Kingdom Hearts 3, Nomura revealed it. It's called Resolution. The first is that Nomura revealed that the theme of Kingdom Hearts 3 is Resolution. It is the final battle against the main series antagonist Master Xehanort, so his story is finally reaching its resolution. But because it is the theme, there will no doubt be many emotional resolutions to the journeys we have taken with Sora over the years. And talking about Nomura, last thing, he did say that Kingdom Hearts 3 will of course have a darker tone, which I think a lot of people, including myself, have suspected from a very long time ago. So guys, I think I've said enough for this video. Like I said, have fun and try to look up different gameplays. It's like left and right. I'm not even kidding. So with that being said, if I missed anything important, please mention it in the comment section below. And as always, I've been Vivi, and thank you so much for watching.